I'm sorry. Daisy, you leave my potatoes alone. Last week, I didn't have a video. But for this week's Tiny Tidy Tuesday, we are going to finally get this corner cleaned up. We're going to set up our greenhouse and get some stuff planted. So gross, isn't it? It's Tiny Tidy Tuesday. Thank you to Sunday Dawn for hosting our Tiny Tidy Tuesday. Like I said, this week we're going to get over here ready and finally get some planting. I am behind by like probably months, but better late than never. Whatever I get done now, I think we're still a month out from planting outside, so I'm going to do what I can to get things going. Just leave it, it's okay. I have a helper behind the camera today. So I'm going to get this floor cleaned, and she's awake, so it'll probably have to wait until I get her fed, and then I have to make dinner as well. So most likely by the time you see me set up this greenhouse, it's going to be dark outside, but that's all good as long as we get it done. So last week I did not have a video. Lots has been going on. Not something I've really shared or like to share, but I think it's important for people to know that they're not the only ones, because I think sometimes that's the problem, is we feel like we're the only ones that are going through it. Nobody else could be possibly dealing with what we're dealing with, or would understand. So depression has been a big ongoing battle I've had for the past few months. I am prone to postpartum depression. Please don't. Just leave it. I am prone to postpartum depression depending on the child. Generally, with my girls, I tend to deal with it a lot more. The boys, I don't seem to have it. I think it's a hormonal, definitely like more hormonal. Maybe with the girls, there's just a different hormone going through. I don't really know. I just know with the girls, I always have battled postpartum a lot more than with the boys. Yeah, so as I was saying, with the boys, generally, I don't deal with postpartum, and if I do, it's fleeting. Again, Isla's diagnosis hasn't helped. It's made things a lot harder. My days are a lot busier, and because she's not my first, we have a lot of other stuff we have to deal with. So the days are long, between feedings and pumping and physio and schoolwork and cleaning and cooking. It can become very overwhelming, very exhausting, very fast. Not saying that because I want to change it, not saying that because I regret it in any way. I love homeschooling the kids. I love having them home and them getting to be a part of everything that goes on. It's just something that has to get dealt with. So part of that is the house falls apart, and I do plan over the next little bit to kind of share. Again, you see YouTube and you see the perfectly cleaned houses and you see the well put together moms and the, you know, financial security, I guess. And again, I'm not sure I'm going to share this, but I'm gonna record this and then decide after if I want to really dive into this and share it, if I want to be this open and honest. Because I want to be real with you guys, and I also want anybody else that's out there to know they're not alone. I know that there are moms out there right now that are watching other people on YouTube thinking, wow, must be nice, wow, look at their life, it's so perfect, it's so great, everything's awesome. I guarantee you those people that look like they have perfectly put together lives don't. None of us do. Perfection is not a realistic goal. But yeah, so basically, I was away last week because the depression got the best of me. I suffer from depression and anxiety, and a lot of times it's anxiety over depression, but it's an overwhelming anxiety, especially when I'm looking at what needs to get done, and I get overwhelmed with what I need to do. And I just, Isla, we were all kind of sick last week, and like the week before, leading into last week. So with that comes extra feedings, extra physio, extra everything. So she was on a medication last week that we're just finishing up this week, and we are still doing physio 4 times a day. So I just had to back off of that. At the start of April, I also had some other family type things that kind of sent me into a bit of a spiral. I do have an older child that I have not seen since he was 6, and he just turned 19 at the start of the month. So I really had a hard time with it this year. He's an adult now, and I don't know where he is. I don't know what he looks like. His dad took him when we were younger, and not a story I really want to get into right now, but basically, against what I wanted, I didn't get to see him. So that really just kind of added to what's been going on. So enough about me and enough about the sad stuff. I'm feeling better this week. And I'm ready to kind of dive back in and get things going. I do plan to participate in Danielle from Clean House Simple Mama, her 100 Days to a Cleaner Home Challenge. And I think I'll just probably be sharing that weekly with you guys starting next Monday. And we're going to get our house back in order. Unfortunately, I find that when things fall apart, what falls apart usually the first thing is the house. I still manage to cook meals for my family and do my best to school the kids. We do not have a rigid school routine right now. We also don't follow a strict curriculum because I do believe that there is learning in your everyday life, getting out of the home, cooking, baking, all of those things. So, like I said, the thing that suffers the most is the house. And I mean, that's how it should be. I don't want the kids to suffer for my mental state. But depression is a very real thing, and it's not talked about enough, especially in moms that are not first-time moms. So that's a big thing too. Is I think a lot of people assume not being a first-time mom and having multiple children and a larger family, I must just be accustomed to everything and it's okay, and it's not. We all have our crosses to bear, I guess. And so this past week, I really did dive back into my Bible and tucked back into Jesus and really just put a lot on him to help see me through, and it really has helped. He is my guiding light, and without my faith in the Lord, I don't know where I would be. I actually don't want to think about that one either because that's a sad slope too. So like I said, enough about me, enough about all that. Let's get to cleaning this corner and taking care of this little one here and see what we can do. All right, guys, if you're still here, thanks for listening to me ramble. Like I said, my goal is to be real with you and honest with you and share my journey through motherhood and everything that entails. So I finally got this corner cleaned up and got everything out of here. All of our donation stuff and all of our decluttering stuff that came from our declutter challenge over Lent is gone. Not all of it. There's still a few things randomly throughout the house. But the big bulk of the mess, it's gone. So that was very freeing, very nice. So we just got this corner cleaned up. The kids had a lot of fun helping me put this together. It was so easy, and I'm a little bit sad it took me so long to get to it, but you know, life, just that's what it is. Unfortunately, it took me some time to get over here, but better late than never, right? So as long as it's done, now that it's done, we can get to planting our garden. I'm so excited. That was all caught on camera, because if not, oh well. Okay, guys, that's it for now. We may get to planting. I hope we can plant. I have some seeds I want to throw in there. Actually, what do I have that's not lost so far? I've got a few different tomatoes, some broccoli, my peppers and cauliflower, beans and cucumbers. Yeah, so all these seeds, we're going to get all these planted, hopefully.
Show them.
Hold on. Is there any more in here?
No.
Sorry, I have to show you. Okay, so we've got green beans, zucchini, which I think I can get 2 seasons of zucchini this year. Cucumber, I think I have 2 different types. No, currently I just have one. I did pick out some small ones,
the
but
cucumber bag. Eat
so peppers and then cauliflower and broccoli. And then I have 2 different types of tomatoes.
I'll show.
So the big ones to get planted are these guys, the tomatoes, because they take a while to get growing, and they can't go in the ground for a while. And then the broccoli and the cauliflower, they're more of a spring one.
Get on to me. I just shoot them all.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna throw all this stuff in here for now. Yay! And then I still have all this space. So like I said, I had originally planned on pushing this all the way over like this.
Mom, that's gonna.
But I do really want the vent to be inside here so that the heat kind of goes in. But maybe even if we just did it like halfway, I don't know. Good enough for now. I'm happy. So there we go. There's my indoor greenhouse. There's our tiny tidy for this week. It is just tiny, but you know what? That's the whole point. I got something small accomplished, and my mood is lifted. I'm happy. Gardening makes me happy.
Penny.
All right, guys, it is the next day, and we finally got around to planting. I am still wearing the same clothes. I didn't get to change. I fell asleep last night. It is what it is. And I figured I would just change after we were done our gardening or planting for the morning, because I knew we were going to get dirty, and our mornings are busy. Really, the mornings get up and, we basically get up and just go. So we did not do school first thing. We did school later in the day this day. Instead, we got our planting done. We did a variety of things: tomatoes, cucumbers, cauliflower, beans, peppers. I am missing a whole bag of bean seeds from last year. I don't know where they went. They're in the house somewhere, and I'll find them, and when we plant them, they can be our second round of beans, because I have learned that you can plant multiple rounds in one growing season. You can kind of do an early spring, summer, and then a later fall season of planting. So I just learned that you can plant stuff once your ground is workable. I thought everything had to go in after your last frost, but that is not true for certain things. So that was a fun fact to learn this year. So I had fun doing this with the kids this morning. They had fun with it. It was a good experiment for us. New percussion cups for Isla. I lost, or one's broken, so that was nice. So I just put some cardboard underneath all of the seeds there so that when we water, it doesn't drip down, and so the dirt doesn't drip down directly onto the ground. So there we go. There is our greenhouse all set up and ready to go. We just need to get it watered. My hands are dirty, so all right. There it is. There is our the start of our garden. So we've got beans.
It should be on that
There's tomatoes, and there's broccoli, cauliflower, lettuce, spinach, cucumber, zucchini, and I do have carrots to plant still, but I'm going to directly sow them into the ground because I think that's better. I don't know. I've never grown carrots before, so that will be an experiment for me. I'm going to go clean up. No, there's another one in that box right there.
I want to see what it looks like.
Just touch. We one of our cups got destroyed. Our other ones are just like little pink ones. These are the original ones. My hands are so dirty. I need to go wash my hands. But these are the original cups that we got when she was born. And they're just little compared to this one, but one of them is broken, so I only have one. But this one's huge, so I think maybe, I don't know, it'd be worth it. And that's just her physio cups. They're like fruit. Or they're like, yeah. So they're, those are, it's a physio cup. So that's how we do her physio. We call Pat Pats. My hands are dirty. Okay, yes. Just a minute. Okay, so anyways, I just want to say thank you for joining me. It's getting chaotic in here. It's loud. It's lunchtime. We're hungry. We got stuff to do. On to schoolwork and whatnot for the day. But there's my tiny tidy for this week. Not necessarily a tidy, but I guess we did clean it up first. So I'm going to stop it there because, yeah. Thanks, guys.